Hey fam, how y'all doing? What's up? Hey. All right, your man Tony here, Live at 1,000. I got a few tips for you today since I got a little time. How you doing, first of all? Hopefully everything is cool. I want to give you some tips and reiterate a few things. Not a lot today, but I want to go over some basic stuff when it comes to, one, proper form and contraction. Now, a lot of folks don't pay attention to contraction when they're working out, and they don't get the necessary blood flow that they need. And I want you guys to understand that it's really about blood flow. So, understanding that, let's go into it. Now, for example, say this is an example here I'm going to give you on triceps, where I see a lot of people get it wrong. Let me just show you something real quick. So, well, I'm going to show you with the rope. Okay, so with the rope being in. Now, what you'll tend to get is you get a lot of people that tend to do a half contraction and don't keep the elbow stable, so you'll get, I think I'm a little tall, so it's kind of tough. So you get people doing this thing here, and come away from here, right? Trying to do, a movement for triceps. The improper part there is the elbow. The part you want to focus on is the elbow. And I said this in one of my other videos before as well, but somebody asked me to reiterate what I was talking about. There's ways that you can get a better pump sometimes without using so much weight. It's just the way that you really manipulate gravity. So if you're able to manipulate gravity and the positioning in your form, you can actually get a better pump and a better trauma to the muscle. That's what you're really trying to get. So for example, if you're a taller guy, you shouldn't be standing up awkward straight, where it's going to be more of a strain on your spine. So you do kind of got to bend the knees there a little bit, put a little weight on the quad, and then come down like that. Now the key part is you keep that elbow at the side. When you're doing a tricep movement, then it isolates the tricep. It takes all the other muscle groups that can help, besides maybe a little bit from the bicep, which is going to naturally happen because they're complementary. They're both on that same side. So you got 3 muscles in the back, tri, 3 muscles in the back, 2 in the front, bi, right? So you're going to get a little support from the bicep in this movement, of course. But everything else is pretty much isolated. Once you bend down and you square over it, now here's the thing, I see people doing this. I don't know what y'all doing. What's this shit? Because when you do that, that's just basically your upper body weight, your shoulders, holding the weight down, and then you're just pushing downward, so you're not getting full isolation of the tricep, and that's what you're going for, right? So you want to bend over at a slight angle, maybe no more than 15, 20 degree angle, like here. Just get a little leverage. And you can't see, so let me just angle it down a little bit so you can kind of see the lower extremity a little bit as I bend down. See what I mean? So you gotta pop the bum out a little bit and come down, put a little weight. Let me turn this way, maybe you can see that one. There you go. So you put a little weight there, it gives you a little bit more stability. The other thing you can't see as well is that, hold on. The other thing you can't see is how I'm opening my base here. So you have to widen your base. I see a lot of guys standing like this, like a totem pole. You're standing straight up. And when you do that, you don't really have as much leverage. You're centered, which is cool, but that's more of a focus if you're working on the core. So if you're doing abs and you're working on the core, you're perfect for having your body in line, because that's where you want to hit. But if you need more stability, you need to widen the base, okay? Widen the base, squat down, use those legs and stop being lazy. Squat down, nice and tall on the spine. Make sure you're always protecting your spine. No matter what movement you're doing, you have to make sure that the core is stabilized and make sure that you're protecting that spine. If you're doing a twist movement, you shouldn't be yanking it. You should be nice and controlled, keeping that navel centered, stapled right there. Stapled like you got a nail to the ground, and you stay right in that spot. And then you do your movement with the core contracted. That's another thing, but I'll visit on another day, because a lot of people train abs incorrectly because they don't have the core contracted. You have to have the core engaged anytime you're doing any kind of core exercises, dudes, or you won't get any kind of real results out of it. Matter of fact, if you're doing it improperly, and some people I see doing it with a lot of weight, you'll bulk the stomach out. So you want to make sure you got the core engaged, so you got to really suck it in a little bit, because then when you're doing any kind of twist motions, go back to contraction. So basic contraction, right? All right, so on the tricep, keep that elbow as close as you can to the side, right? Now let it extend. Now when you're doing these with the rope, when you're doing these with the cable on the rope, a lot of people just bring it down. You have to bring it down and widen it out. When you widen it out, it really squeezes a little extra blood into the tricep, right? So as you can see, I'll show you here. I'll show you from this side so you can kind of see. And as you see, I come down and I lock that. Trying to keep that elbow to the side. You can see I squeeze a little bit more into that upper head of the tricep there, right? So that's what you want to go for. You want to go for a nice controlled contraction. Double contractions are very important as well, because if you just do a hard thrust on the way down, but then you just give it up on the way up, you're kind of losing out on a little bit of extra pump you can get there. So keep it nice and tight, nice and controlled. Always control the weight. If you can't control the weight, you shouldn't be lifting it. All right, so always be able to control it. Breathing properly, so always breathe out on the release through the mouth. Force the thrust, right? Lock. Inhale and resist. Then thrust again. Resist, then thrust again. And I even don't go up so high here. Come, keep it about right here. Keep the contraction tight. Because sometimes I see people bring it up go way up here to the top of their head. It's way too much. You lose a lot of that movement there, your elbows. And of course, moving from that center spot. So try to keep it as tight as you can here. Boom. Watch that elbow. Not much movement out of that elbow, right? So as you can see, all the contraction is in that tricep area. See? Right? And squeeze on the way down. Inhale. Okay, good work. So that's the same thing. So if you're doing curls, guys or gals, same thing. So let's switch it to curls, right? All right. Alright, so let's try curls. Another thing, I see guys with when they're doing cables on the cable apparatus, and you're reaching from this area, like this, you're doing a downward. See how that arm is angled? Right? I gotta pull it up, right, like that. I don't honestly recommend that, because I think honestly the tricep gets more work on the resistance on the way down from holding that weight, that gravity angle, gravity's working against you. To prevent that, bring your setting up a little higher. I'd say maybe right inside the thigh level, there. So you don't have to reach down so far. Just be right here. Right where your hands go, that's right where it should be at. Okay? Give that little slight bend again. Bring it to you. Resist it on the way out. Bring it to you. See, now as you see I'm doing that slow contraction, let me bring you a little closer. Alright. So we'll bring you a little closer. You turn this way for you. Right? Nice contraction. Elbows do not move. See? So now I'm in this position doing my curls. As you can see, as I resist, I get more pump going to that bicep head. See that? You can see that from here. Squeeze, release. Don't just give it up. Don't just let it go all the way out. Hold it. Squeeze. So it's a squeeze and release. Squeeze, release it slow. Squeeze back at the end of the extension. Squeeze it like that. Okay? So anytime you're doing any kind of contraction movement, guys, focus on the contraction. You gotta be focused when you're in the gym and you're putting your work in. You know, you don't want to waste your effort, you don't want to waste your time, you want to get the best results for the effort you're putting in. So please pay attention to these tips when you're in there. Form is very important, it's crucial. Once again, reiterating, elbow is the focus here. Tricep movement. Try to keep that elbow as stabilized as you can to the side. Remember about the base. Let's not keep our base so narrow when we're doing movements like that. Open the base a little bit, bend the knees, get a little bit more square. That way you protect the spine, okay? Same thing with biceps once again. Not so low on your cable setting, guys. If you're putting it all the way on the ground, let's try not to do that. Bring it up to about palm level. So where you are, where you can reach down and grab it, that's about where you should have it set. Nice contraction to the top of the head. release. When you get to the full, almost to the full extent of that contraction, holding it, go back against the resistance again. Okay? That's pretty much it, guys. I just want to give you a little tip on that. So I'm not going to hold you too long. Let me get up out of here. Have a great weekend. I don't know if there's anything special going on besides the Dodgers about to win the World Series. But that's about it, you guys. Have a good one out there. I wish you nothing but the best. 2 fingers, 1 love. You know the rest. Live it 1,000.